Your preferred superfood might be your favorite superfood might be detrimental to your health, but were you aware of that? I'm talking about those delicious avocados. Fruits that are now really well liked all around the world. The typical American now consumes 8 pounds of food each year that is abundant in fiber, potassium, essential vitamins, and beneficial monounsaturated fats, although the majority of people don't know about this nutrient-dense powerhouse might develop into a health danger if you make 6 important errors. The irony is stunning. Unknowingly, a lot of people are putting themselves in danger for everything from potentially fatal allergic reactions to upset stomach as they reach for avocados, thinking that they're creating the greatest choice possible. Social media users have created a nearly obsessive fixation on avocados, incorporating them into everything without taking into account the potential impacts. For over a decade, I have been researching the safety of food, and avocados and nutritional science are an excellent illustration of how inappropriate use may cause problems with even the best cuisine. We are revealing 6 possibly detrimental mistakes backed by peer-reviewed studies that might put your health in grave danger and undercut your objectives. If you're ready to learn how to maximize the wonderful benefits of avocados while steering clear of unforeseen outcomes, click like before we begin by telling me about your current situation. Avocado-related behaviors in the comments section. Let's start by talking about the first of the most common avocado mistakes that ignore the exposure to the concealed poison. Let's begin with the initial mistake, which contains a substance that most people are unfamiliar with. The individual is a fungicidal poison found in nature, present throughout the avocado plant. Despite the fact that ripe avocado flesh contains levels of this poison that are typically considered appropriate for human intake, the drug increases concerns regarding avocado safety. Person oil is used by the avocado plant. Dissolving material as a defense mechanism approach, the whole plant has the chemical, even though the biggest amounts are present in the leaves, then the bark, seeds, and skin. Even if the concentrations are at their lowest in the meat that we eat, they are still there at this point. It starts to cause issues. Based on a toxicological research journals using fruit extract from avocados to lab-grown human white blood cells, the environment harmed their DNA, according to the extract used in this investigation was genotoxic. This implies that it might damage cells' genetic material before you lose your mind. That the investigation was conducted in vitro, which is to say it was carried out in a petri dish rather than in complicated human enzyme systems. The liver facilitates the metabolism of substances such as people, although the report raises important questions. With relation to long-term consumption patterns, when we look at the effects of persimmon on animals, the concerning aspect turns into more apparent. Persimmon increases heart rate and causes tissue damage. Makes breathing extremely tough. Circumstances that kill birds. Overexposure might result in serious mammals, mastitis, and heart failure, including horses and goats, but humans are frequently more robust than the sensitivity of animals differs substantially from individual to individual. People with compromised liver function could be more. Never consume a lot of avocados if you're vulnerable. Bark, leaves, or seeds. Think about using a 5-day on, 2-day off plan to include sporadic breaks if you consume avocados on a daily basis. Paying for regular consumption, pay particular attention to any strange signs, skin reactions, modifications to digestion, or fatigue. The second mistake is the calorie trap that causes overeating, and the second error is weight gain. Relates to one of the most misconstrued characteristics of avocado consumption. There is a perception that avocados are wholesome, but one big fruit has about 320 calories. This density of calories makes it simple for those who are worried about their many people's health to drink too much. Misinterpret the intricate image that studies on weight and avocados. According to some, management presents looking into consuming avocados sparingly might possibly aid in managing weight. Instead of making you gain weight, individuals who consumed one avocado daily for 6 months maintained a constant body weight. Based on a groundbreaking study published in the American Journal of the Heart Association, however, the term moderate is important in this case. The problem arises when people think they can consume as many avocados as they like without experiencing any pain, any adverse consequences, since they are healthy. Based on research conducted by the Adventist participants in a health study, those who consumed avocados generally tended to weigh less, although the benefits were shown when they consumed small quantities daily of approximately 132 g, or roughly 1/4 of a medium avocado. The calorie trap becomes quite cunning at this idea. Rather than utilizing avocados in lieu of other fats, many people add meals that are already high in calories. Half of an avocado is helpful. Your salad has about 160 calories. The sandwich will have 160 more calories if avocado is included. You might just include 200 to 250 calories. Simply incorporating it into your smoothie prior to recognize that avocados alone have grown in popularity. Your regular intake of calories by 500 to 600 ideally, an avocado should have 80 to 100 calories, or around 50 grams, or 1/3 of a. Despite the medium fruit, many people regularly consume whole avocados, which indicates they unintentionally take in 250 to 320 calories in a single meal for a week. Keeping a careful check on your intake, and consider avocados as a substitute for additional fats that are not a part of the third. The cross-reactivity crisis is a mistake. Frequently referred to as latex fruit syndrome, the third error concerns a hidden link that could result in millions of who are not aware of the danger they pose to suffer from severe allergic responses. Avocados are among the most common latex fruit syndrome culprits, a well-researched illness in which individuals with latex allergies also severe allergic responses to particular foods. This cross-reactivity has fascinating properties that, regarding the scientific foundations, research indicates that between 30 and 50% of individuals with allergies to natural. Additionally, rubber latex is extremely sensitive to some plant-based foods, especially fresh fruits. The cause of the connection is that the immune system considers structurally comparable proteins included in certain foods and latex as presenting the same class 1 threat as heaven-like realms of ketases that are found in avocados, and they interact with heaven as a typical natural allergy. Avocados with rubber latex also contain proteins with patatine-like characteristics and structural resemblances to latex allergens. An individual's immune system with a latex allergy recognizes these same avocados' protein structures and causes the identical allergic response. This is particularly dangerous because many people don't realize they have a latex sensitivity until they must wear latex gloves for a procedure in medicine, or they might have created latex sensitivity caused by interactions at work. People that handle latex on a regular basis, like housekeepers, food service workers, and medical personnel, are more susceptible to mild signs of an oral allergy to possibly lethal. The symptoms of anaphylaxis might vary. Extensive lip, tongue, or localized skin responses, thickening of the throat and tingling or itching in the throat and mouth following a meal. Avocados are frequently used as early indicators. More serious responses, like widespread breathing issues, hives, gastrointestinal lightheadedness, and heartbeat issues, and, in the most dire circumstances, anaphylactic shock that requires prompt emergency medical assistance may arise from the illness. Among the foods with the highest maximum risk of cross-reactivity in latex, based on studies that indicate, research indicates that 53% of positive antibody tests for a particular meal when people have a latex allergy. The fourth mistake is the pollution, and the storage disaster follows. The fourth error might not seem like much. Nevertheless, it leads to more foodborne illnesses. More than most people believe, due to their handling methods for the growing environment and how the majority of people prepare and store avocados, they present unique food safety challenges. Avocado contamination problems have existed for a long time. Before they reach your kitchen at all. Bacterial infections can thrive in avocado-growing regions that are warm and humid. Produced E. coli, Salmonella, and other. There are numerous hiding places for harmful microorganisms. Locations within the coarse, porous skin of Listeria monocytogenes in avocados. E. coli during the process of cutting bacteria on the outside of the avocado can transfer to the edible meat in accordance with an especially concerning research by Food. Your knife transfers microorganisms from the polluted skin of the avocado in relation to the fruit you're discussing eating when you cut it. This suggests that you could still encounter containing dangerous microbes. Even in the event that you decide not to ingest the skin once avocados are cut, the problem of bacterial growth turns into serious due to its nutrient-rich composition and sliced avocado in a warm, humid setting. The ideal environment for germs to grow is flesh. Rapidly increasing the risk of temperature zone, according to specialists in food safety, is 40 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Cut the remaining avocados in this range to obtain additional dangerous bacteria over time. Dangerous bacteria can double as usual every 20 minutes. By keeping diced avocados at a certain temperature for extended lengths of time at room temperature, many people inadvertently produce the perfect setting for food poisoning. Avocados that have gone bad don't always appear, taste, or smell especially terrible due to their mild flavor and creamy texture. Flavor that could mask warning signs of contamination by bacteria. Food safety protocols need to be promptly after storing avocados. When fully ripe, uncut avocados are subsequently stored at ambient temperature. They can be stored in the fridge for 5 to 7 days. However, avocados must be consumed within 7 days. 2 to 3 days following the cutting and immediately stored in the refrigerator. Avocados should be chopped and stored in airtight containers. Be stored at room temperature at all times. More than an hour. Wash the avocado completely before slicing. For at least 30 minutes under cold running water. Despite the fact that you won't be eating seconds, the skin. The fifth mistake relates to drugs. Relationships and medical conditions. In the fifth error, avocados and drug interactions can occur in ways that are potentially lethal. However, many doctors seldom speak with their patients regarding these risks. In a variety of bioactive compounds present in avocados possess the capacity to significantly change the way that medications affect your body. The most crucial exchange is between more recent anticoagulants, such as digatron, and among the blood thinners like rivaroxaban and warfarin, also known as Coumadin. Vitamin K levels that be modest, which is vital for the coagulation of blood, are present in avocados. The efficiency of blood thinners relies on patients maintaining a consistent consumption of vitamin K, thus sensitive balance can be disturbed by sudden growing or shrinking. Avocado consumption may have significant consequences. Blood-thinning medications work by interfering with the vitamin K in your liver. Your doctor's reliant clotting factors change the dosage of these with caution. Medications according to your vitamin K intake, typically obtained from eating. The consequences of your prescription could be revoked by the more vitamin K if you begin consuming avocados daily, which may lead to, however, lethal blood clots that can occur if you've been consuming avocados a lot. And then stop suddenly. Your blood may grow very thin, which raises the danger of bleeding. There are alternatives to blood thinners. Pharmacological interactions in the cardiovascular system. With more than 975 avocados are extremely high in mg per cup. More than twice as much in potassium as bananas. Eating avocados in high quantities can induce hyperkalemia, a serious illness when potassium levels in the blood go abnormally high. A percentage of ACE users ARBs, potassium-sparing diuretics, or inhibitors for cardiac or blood pressure illnesses that cause irregular muscular weakness, heartbeats, and, in dire circumstances, cardiac arrest may be a sign of elevated blood sugar levels. An additional degree of complexity is produced by the relationships between diabetes drugs. Because of its high fiber content, the effectiveness of diabetic oral medications is reduced by reducing the rate at which they are absorbed. Monounsaturated fats from avocados can also enhance insulin sensitivity, which could appear beneficial, but they can actually be detrimental to sulfonylurea users or insulin, as it may lead to unexpected drops in blood sugar. Prior to including avocados in your regular diet, routinely consult your prescribing physician, doctor, if you use any medications. The sixth mistake is to ignore personal. The final error is sensitivity and tolerance, which is maybe the most prevalent, although not acknowledging it could be detrimental. And respecting your special avocado tolerance and sensitivity are contingent upon health, heredity, and additional factors. Each an individual's response to avocados may vary greatly, which most people are unaware of. Avocados may trigger upset stomachs. Individuals with delicate stomachs or those who don't typically consume foods high in fiber may cause serious stomach problems. Because of the high fiber content of avocados, it weighs roughly 13.5 g per complete. Gas cramps and avocado bloating in the stomach and changes in bowel movements. This may range from indigestion to diarrhea. Another avocado sensitivity issue is FODMAP. Sorbitol, a sugar alcohol, is present in avocados, can cause upset tummies in people who have germs in their small intestine. Irritable bowel syndrome or overgrowth sensitive individuals may experience acute discomfort in the abdomen, excessive gas, and stomach discomfort that persists for several days in reaction to even little amounts. Avocados may be bad for certain people. Individuals with histamine intolerance syndrome that is improving acknowledged. With avocado, the amount of histamine increases. Overripe and ripening avocados can result in nasal congestion, skin rashes, headaches, and digestive issues in people who are histamine sensitive. One more instance of personal sensitivity is the syndrome of oral allergies. When consuming avocados, those who are allergic to some pollens, in particular birch pollen, could encounter cross-reactive symptoms. Often this manifests as swelling in the mouth and throat. Itching or tingling. Moreover, even though they are usually moderate, it could result in more severe responses. How individuals process the avocados contain compounds that might be significantly influenced by variations in genetics in the enzyme synthesis, whereas some individuals have genetic differences that affect their ability to break down plant materials such as persin. Others have differences that affect their capacity to break down certain lipids. Due to these genetic differences, some people may suffer negative consequences from avocados at consumption amounts that are totally safe for other people. Additionally, tolerance may be affected by aging-related alterations in digestion due to the fact that we normally create fewer high-fat digestive enzymes as we age. Avocados and other foods may be more difficult to digest. It requires careful attention to detail and records to ascertain your individual tolerance. Keep track of everything you eat and how much you take in. When you consume it, and any signs you happen to see during the course of the following 24 to 48 hours, and the incredible benefits of keeping a food journal appear next when executed properly. Perhaps you're wondering whether avocados are worth taking the chances after reading about all these potential risks. When taken appropriately, the response is without a doubt yes. When taken appropriately and in moderation, avocados remain one of the meals that are most nutritious density, as well as an impressive array of health benefits that are among the most powerful. Justifications for consuming avocados include cardiovascular advantages that have been thoroughly examined. Regular consumption of avocados has been proven in a number of research to significantly improve heart health indicators. Monounsaturated avocado lipids, especially oleic acid, can increase or preserve levels of HDL cholesterol while reducing the consumption of LDL cholesterol. Avocados were associated with a 16 to 22% decrease in coronary heart disease risk and heart illness, as per a comprehensive evaluation. The high potassium content of avocados provides outstanding support in managing blood pressure. Avocados offer additional potassium compared to bananas and aid in compensating for the consequences of dietary sodium intake with roughly 1,000 mg per cup. Avocados are particularly good for those who are susceptible to high blood pressure due to their richness in potassium, yet, as we previously stated, some people who are taking drugs need to be monitored by a doctor. Avocados are a powerful antioxidant profile that includes compounds that are rare in other foods. Carotenoids such as lutein found in avocados and zeaxanthin provide unique safeguarding the health of the eyes and could help in avoidance of age-related macular degeneration. One of the most undervalued benefits of avocados' capacity to enhance absorption of nutrients the way fat-soluble vitamins are absorbed from concurrently eaten meals. Dinner is substantially improved by the good fats compared to salads devoid of avocado. Research has indicated that including avocado salads can increase carotenoid levels 3 to 5 times absorption, based on investigating consuming between 1/3 and half of 3 to 4 times a day. A medium avocado week provides the greatest benefits with the fewest risks, followed by a guide to real-world application after reviewing the benefits and drawbacks. Let's discuss safe methods of consuming avocados. The key is to develop a systematic approach that is based on your individual circumstances and maximizes benefits while reducing risks. Determine your current risk first. Variables and health status. Before consuming avocados as part of your diet, talk to your healthcare provider on a frequent basis. Care provider, if you've heard intestinal sensitivities, allergies, or drugs, begin gently and pay careful attention to your response. During the first few weeks of daily avocado consumption every other day, begin with only about a quarter of a medium-sized piece of avocado. Keep a healthy diet and symptoms journaling about more than just your food intake as well as your bodily symptoms from 24 to 48 hours following ingestion. At the beginning, establish suitable clean food safety practices are constantly used. Cleaning of cutting surfaces and equipment thoroughly before chopping and storing avocados. Avocado slices kept in the fridge. Avocados should never be chopped right away. Stored for an extended period of time at room temperature 1 hour. Make a plan for long-term portion control. Begin by utilizing measurement tools to ascertain which parts are about 80 to 100 calories are suitable. Contained in 50 g, or 1/3 of a medium avocado, rather to consuming avocados on a daily basis. Create a program that rotates, which lowers the possibility of progressively growing irritations and allows your body to handle any chemicals that are stored. We've covered 6 important mistakes that able to turn avocados into a superfood to a health hazard. First, ignoring the potential repercussions of a naturally occurring poison that can be found in all. Second, a portion of the avocado plant consuming excessive amounts of this fruit, which has a lot of energy, and is slipping into the trap of calories. Thirdly, disregarding the danger the latex fruit syndrome can lead to severe allergic reactions. Fourth, devoting to preparation and storage mistakes that may cause serious foodborne illnesses. Fifth, ignoring drug interactions that might be lethal, but the sixth isn't recognizing and respecting your individual levels of sensitivity and tolerance. Note that avocados are still among the foods that are highest in nutrients in nature when consumed with knowledge, eaten carefully, and in reasonable portions. Getting ready and taking into account the diet and the particular responses in your body are essential, so please express your opinions in the space provided for comments below. Have you unintentionally engaged in any of these mistakes? Have you ever experienced any unusual signs of consuming avocados that you couldn't previously explain? Kindly press the like button and sign up for additional nutrition-related evidence-based content. If you learned from this comprehensive explanation how to eat avocados in a way that maximizes their advantages for health, do you know someone who likes avocados? Ought to view this video since it might keep them safe from a possibly dangerous error. Thank you for viewing, and I hope to see you in the upcoming video. We'll examine another popular superfood that, when consumed in the right amounts, can possess incredible health benefits and concealed